Alright guys, welcome to a new YouTube video, and today I'm gonna talk about something different. Today I'm gonna talk about branding, more specifically how I made success with branding, how I made millions with it. And yeah, I think there's a lot to talk about, especially I've been getting a lot of questions about it in the DMs and stuff. There's some frequent questions about how you can find your product, how you can get started with it. And maybe I can give a little bit of backstory how I got started with it and how I reached success with it as well. And of course, the past periods I've been traveling a lot. I met a lot of new people also that are also very successful with branded dropshipping, and from them I learned a lot as well. So I can share all of that with you. So how it started for me, first I did drop shipping. I tried to start a brand in the past. It's a very long story, so long story short, next time I can get more into it. After doing general drop shipping successfully for quite some time, when it started to crumble a bit, and every time I started to see the hard work it takes every time to make a store work and stuff, and I had no consistency, no consistent revenue with it. And every time it was a new store, new name, then I made the decision to make a branded store. And what I did myself, and what I recommend you to do as well, is to find a winning product first in your general store. A store that already proves for you. You can find like a proven winner that you have proof of concept with, that you can grab, and then around that product you can make a store. Right? That's how I did it, because having that proof of concept, is really key. You're trying to start from scratch, making your own products, or just finding some random product that you like and you try to make a whole business around it. It really doesn't work like that. What I came to learn, also speaking to great minds, people are doing like 300,000 a day. It's crazy numbers. They were telling me as well, like, it's all about supply and demand. And when you step into the branded dropshipping side, and you need to stop seeing it as dropshipping entirely, right? It becomes a business. It becomes about solving a problem for your customers. It becomes about finding the gap in the market that you are able to fill. And how we do it, I can give you guys an example. Let's say you find a product that can help someone walk better, right? Maybe you have like a knee brace or something, but this one is different because it also keeps heat, blah, blah. China has a lot of those type of products. It's up to you then to market it in the right way, put a nice branding around it as one, but not only branding, especially the messaging is important, how you bring the problems forward, how you solve the problems for your customers, how you let them know that you're the person, you're the store, you're the company that is able to solve the problem for them, and also that you specialize in it, that you know what you're talking about, and that many other people also bought with you already, and that they know that you're the person for it. That's really what you want to build with it, because when you have that messaging right, when you know how to speak to the customers, when you understand their pain points, you have a client avatar, you know who you're talking to, it's gonna be much easier for you to start selling to them, and that's a big difference between general dropshipping and branded dropshipping. Because with general dropshipping, how we were doing it before, just finding random products of people that are already working, launching it, you can make money. You can still make money with it today. I still know people making a lot of money with it today, even fashion dropshipping. But the thing is, there's a lot of competition. You don't have consistency. You're not building anything that lasts. A lot of times you have to deal with bad and crappy shipping times and crappy products. All that just brings a lot of stress and a lot of pain, bro, in your life. So what I recommend is really, you can start off by starting with your general dropshipping store. But what you'll do, you'll find a name that looks like a branded name, and where you can also test female, male products, from baby products, any niche, to pet. Let's say I had a store once. It was called Lumiaro. That's like a name that you could use for it. I don't know if I should give that name though, but whatever, man, we're transparent. So that's a name where you can test anything on there, right? You can test anything under that, from pet to male to female. And every time when you make a new landing page, you can just build it out as if you're a brand already, right? So you really focus on the pain points, the benefits, all that stuff, all the way down to the customer reviews and stuff, right? For social proof. And a lot of stores, a lot of brands, you can take inspiration from them because they're already doing it. All of them are doing it. And I take a lot of inspiration from other stores, like if they're drop shipping or not, a lot of brands also. And from there I see, okay, what are they doing that's working well? What are they doing that could be a bit better? Maybe, or like, let me explain to you guys like the 5 main points at least, or like a couple main points that I have on my side always, which is very important. Like, the trust is important, urgency, because especially when you're starting to try get that brand off the ground in the beginning, people have to buy impulsively. They don't know you yet, so you have to convince them. So that's why the urgency works well. They pair that with scarcity. It's very key. You need to have the benefits also. Your unique selling points, USPs. I have it underneath the price, and then the most important, last but not least, a nice offer. And that's also how I made it work since the beginning. How I made my dropshipping stores work. Thinking of a good offer. A very good book on this is $100 Million Offers of Alex Hormozy, and it really speaks about how you can build that perceived value up for your customers. So when people buy something with you, so let's say they pay you $50, they need to feel like they're getting 100, 150 back, right? Because then it feels like a good deal for them. So what's very important, especially if you want to get your branded dropshipping store off the ground in the beginning, you need to make sure that you give away something free with it, or maybe an ebook, or let's say you have a product that you could put a digital product with it as well, maybe a course or something. You can add that as well. It takes a lot of effort, but that effort is what makes you different from the rest, which is very key, very important. And yeah, so that's like a little bit about branded dropshipping. Let me go back to my story. So as I said, I switched to branded. I took a product from my own store to make it work. Yeah, now I'm very close to the 100,000 order mark. I sold millions in my store at the moment. And I'm getting at the point now where it's starting to transition from a branded dropshipping store to a real brand. I have thousands of happy customers. People are really happy with the product. They come back. When I launch an email campaign now, in a span of a couple of days, I can make 50,000 in revenue very quickly with high profits. That's the thing we just recently did, and now you start to see the fruits of all the labor, all the time that I put into it. And what we are focusing at the moment, like what we're focusing on mostly, is understanding our customer deeper and deeper. We did calls with them, we launched surveys, we read them, we understand them, we put them in ChatGPT. It's very important to use AI, and we just deconstruct everything. We do our creative meetings every single week. I have a good team behind me also, where we're just focusing on getting high quality content. We're focusing on creative volume testing, a lot of it. We have a one CBO strategy, so only one CBO. Also Google Ads next to it. Google Ads also a very big factor. This past few days it's been averaging like 9-10 ROAS. So that's great. That's amazing actually. I think that's it for this video. Share a lot of value, a lot of tips, especially if you're getting into drop shipping. It's very, very valuable to know where the direction is going. If you look at it, man, in these years that are coming, drop shipping, or at least e-commerce, buying things online, is only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So now is actually the perfect time. People keep asking if it's dead or if it's even still a good business model. But bro, it's the very best business model that you can get. Like, it's a very good business model. Why? Because people keep buying more online. It's convenient. And you, on your side, you have access to the entire world. Actually, you can sell in Latin America, from Europe to United States. You have all these different markets that are open for you. You don't need to put a lot of cost up front. So you don't need to buy stock or anything like that. You make a good deal with your supplier. Make sure you have good contact with them. And then you can just send products out. And especially if your store on the forefront looks like a brand, you speak to your customers correctly, and you also make sure that your supply chain is clean and you deliver nicely, then you have a brand on your hands. You could sell that for a lot of money. Even if you think about it, let's say you have a buyer, and the buyer is from abroad. Let's say you live in UK or Netherlands or whatever, and EU, and then your buyers from the US, they don't want to deal with EU rules and stuff when you have all your stock over there, or if you have all your stock in the UK, you're trying to expand to the US, and you have to put all your stock over there as well. Bro, it's not even efficient, and especially if you want to start with a business like this is the perfect business model for you to get into and make a lot of money, a lot of bank, like real quick. And yeah, next to all of that, it's also a game of continuing to learn and to grow. In my in my 5 years since 2019, I started with ecom. I saw a lot of things change, but also a couple of things stay the same. One of the things that really stayed the same is the products that people are selling. It doesn't really change that much, right? It's the same type of products people are selling, same type of dropship products. But every time I see another store coming around and grabbing one of the old products that I tested back then and making it a very successful business. And I know people also doing exits and stuff, selling their companies for hundreds of thousands and millions. So it's really nuts, man, what you can do with it. I'll make more videos about branded dropshipping in the future. If you guys like this video, if you guys got like a better understanding of it, drop it in the comments. Let me know any feedback. Also, what you guys want to know for the next video. I can get deeper into it. I can make a series of it even. I can make a series of branded dropshipping even, where I go deeper into every single segment. Of course, website building is very important. Advertising is really key. How you make your best creatives. How I use AI in my business also. Next to that, also the messaging, which is very key. Like right now, we can use ChatGPT to make our landing pages for us and stuff. It's very good, but still, you need to see it as a tool. You still need to be the guy behind it, really thinking and knowing who your customers are and how you're gonna speak to them correctly. And that takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. But when you can do that correctly, bro, you only drop banger ads, man. Only banger ads, and you know for sure that you're making money. That you'll be making money, man. Yeah. Other than that, big tips also, just make sure that you're selling ethically. I know a lot of guys also, they want to do branded drop shipping and stuff like that, but then they're just selling crap. And then they have problems with payment holds or Shopify stores getting offline and stuff. I had the same things, man. So when I didn't really check on my price like that, I really recommend you guys to have that in check. Deliver good products is also what's ethically right and what's just. That's very important with drop shipping. If you do that, then I can guarantee you that, bro, you will make a lot of money with it. Even though it may take a little bit of time, you can do it. I have a course on my channel. You guys can check that out also. It's like a full A to Z course on how to do general drop shipping. It really still works. You can use all those strategies to test. And after you find a winner product, that's when you grab it and then you make a brand store out of it. And then you can follow the series that I'm gonna make also about it, where you can get a deeper understanding of how to do you as well. All right. And my store is still private for now, but maybe in the future I'll share it because I'm building something nice with it. I'm building something big with it. Trying to get some more high quality content. Soon we're gonna do some high production videos. Also, new products are gonna drop. And when I have all of that and we become a real brand that no one else can copy, that's when I will start sharing more about my own brand and how I build it down or build it up from scratch. I can make a big case study out of that. But for now, I think that's gonna cap it off. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.